Welcome to our Red 360 presentation. We sometimes call it the R360 for short. My name is Lynn Morales. I'm a naturopath in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I'm super excited to share this program with you to show you how you can see some same-day results, literally melting fat away. That's one of the program names, Melt That Fat Away program. So let's get started. Let me share with you what we're doing and why we're so excited about it. So of course, one of the things, that technology can do for us in our world is actually revolutionize things for us. And we're going to share with you something that's naturally slimming, shaping, and toning your body. If you know anything about our practice, which is accesscompletewellness.com, if you know anything about what we do in our practice, you know that I do not take technology for granted, and I rarely bring technology into my wellness practice. But I got to tell you what we're doing with this tool. I'm very excited about it, and you're going to learn more about it at this moment. How quick and easy it is. It's painless, and most important, it's non-invasive. It's healthy for you. So let's learn more about it. So, if you could lose inches, those stubborn inches, would that be worth it? If you could start to lose, 3 to 9 inches in like 3 weeks time, that would be phenomenal. I'm sure you would agree. I have seen people lose inches in minutes. And one of the things we offer to our practice base is to have people have the opportunity to try the R360 in a session to actually see the kind of inch loss that they can experience. So again, no pain, no surgery, no downtime, and that's exciting for all of us. So sometimes, diet and exercise don't do it alone. And what this program is about helping you bring into alignment and feel a confidence that you're going to make progress. And when you lose inches in that first session in minutes, you start to feel like, wow, it is doable. And so this is for those people that have been struggling. Well, even if you haven't been struggling, maybe it's just kind of a new thing to have a little extra weight. Or maybe, you've had a lifestyle that's not affording you the time to do the things you need to do. This is something that for those who have some, saddlebags, or maybe they're coming off of that baby fat from pregnancy, these are all opportunities to use this program, this R360 program. So what we like about this is the advanced LED technology that's being used in this tool to help with body contouring. And so it's basically the power of light therapy. We have more information about that on our website, but it's a system to naturally and healthily help you lose weight in areas that matter: waist, hips, thighs, arms, you name it. We've got a tool to help with that. So a lot of people have questions, and rightly so. So let's go through what the common questions are. So what might you expect during a session? Well, here's what that's going to look like. You're going to lay down on a table, like a massage table. These special red light pads are going to be positioned in strategic places on your body. And you get to simply lay there and relax for a 20-minute session. And bottom line is, you're going to decide what part of the body we're going to work with first, and to give that a priority over the others as we work through it. So how it works is that the light that's emitted from the device is actually causing the fat cell membrane to alter that permeability of the cell wall. That's really neat. So picture it's like you've got a strainer and you put a solid coconut oil in the strainer, and what happens? The coconut oil just lays there on the screen, right? But if you start to heat that coconut oil up while it's in that strainer, one of the things that's going to happen is it's going to turn into a liquid, and that's going to seep through and start to permeate those cell walls. So that's about what this is like. That's the best analogy I have come up with on this at this time. And so it's actually going to help the body move it through. And the other thing it does is we have a special near infrared light technology that goes with this this light being emitted. And one of the things it does is it increases collagen and elastin. So guess what happens? You have a slimmer appearance, and like others who've maybe had very serious weight loss and they had a lot of sagging skin, this is one of the things that helps keep that in check. So just wanted to share that. Now, what happens to the fat? This is important. So it's broken down into these free fatty acids and glycerol, and that goes into the bloodstream. So it's going to go through the liver. It's important that we make sure your liver is processing it, and we've got a tool to help you make sure we've got that working for you as well. And then the fat cells themselves, let's talk about them. So there's no harm done to the fat cells. They just shrink to a fraction of the original size of before you started the process. So you may not know this, but the fat cells you get when you're born, like that's it. That's the ones you want, and you don't want anyone taking them out. And we'll talk about that momentarily. So we want you to understand what is happening and what isn't happening. So the fat cells you've got at birth, you want them, and you don't want anyone killing them or taking them out. So we talked about liver a moment ago. The liver is this filter that takes out these toxins and byproducts from the body. It releases things through a detox process, and it either goes out through the urine, through your bowel movements, even through the skin. So it's important that we have an opportunity to support your liver and help your liver release these toxins properly after sessions. So we want to make sure that you're on the right liver support. Now, another thing, an area of, when you ask what area of the body can be treated, basically the treatment can be effectively used on essentially every part of the body where you have localized fat deposits. So things that might be a little resistant to diet or exercise, but waist, hips, upper legs, thighs, upper arms. And a lot of people like to know, well, how soon do I see results? Well, you're generally going to see them in the very first session. And we take great measures, literally measurements, to help you identify that. So the results, yes, they can be very long lasting, but it's important to understand this method does not destroy the fat cells. It's simply releasing the contents in the fat cells. So if your caloric intake is significantly higher than your body actually needs, your body's going to eventually store fat again. So for that reason, we recommend a maintenance program of once or twice a month after you receive the results that you want. But keep this in mind. You've got other tools available to you for these long-lasting results. One's called exercise. You've heard that before. The other is called proper nutrition, and you've heard that before. So what we're doing is we're helping you along with this technology so you can take the necessary steps to bring the other two in alignment. So how about risks? That's a great question. So there are no risks or side effects. Isn't that phenomenal? Now you've heard about maybe traditional liposuction, cool sculpting. So liposuction, what did I say earlier? You want to keep all your fat cells because that's all you get. You don't want them eliminated. They all have a purpose. Well, traditional liposuction did just that, sucked the fat cells out. I understand that there are some people that had some significant bruising and things like that from it, and also now having significant issues later on in life due to the lack of fat cells required in the body. Cool sculpting. Now sounds neat. One of the things it does, though, is it freezes your fat cells, and guess what happens to them? They die. Okay, so whether you suck them out or you kill them, either way, you only get so many fat cells, right? So we don't want fat cells to go out of the body. We just simply want to shrink them to a more manageable size. So yes, are there some people we might not use the R360 on? You got it. There are a few. So if you're currently pregnant or breastfeeding, we won't take you through this process till you're through that. If you have any active cancer that's being treated right now, we would not use the R360 for you until you're at a point that you are out of that treatment process. Pacemakers, HIV, AIDS, and hepatitis C, of course, that affects the liver, right? Hepatitis C. So all of these are areas that we would steer clear of and be more cautious prior to making any decision around when we would use this R360 tool. So of course you had to ask if you would follow a diet, right? So the great news is you don't have to change your diet. But let's be clear, you're going to get better results if you do follow a caloric intake that's better for your body size, body type, right? And also increasing your water consumption. You would be surprised at how many hunger pains go away when you drink more water. So both of these help flush the system. So do you have to have this diet or a special diet? No, but we do have a very good diet that does not take a lot of gray matter to do. In fact, we make it very easy. Meal planning made very easy. It's part of what we call our AIM process, where we're helping you to, part of this is altering your belief systems, your attitude. So that's the A in AIM. The I is losing, immediate inch loss, right? And the M is the meal planning made easy. And we've got an app to help you through that where we can communicate with you directly. So all of that to say, we just want you to be healthy and we want to share the information that helps you be healthy. So what about the exercise piece? Guess what? We're going to make sure you exercise after each session. So we're going to do 10 minutes of exercise to stimulate circulation. Doesn't require a heavy workout or anything like that. We're going to help you do that even before you leave so that you've got that part of the requirement out of the way. So what about cellulite and loose skin? Well, you heard me talk about the collagen piece earlier, so that helps with the loose skin part. And yes, people have definitely noticed improvement with cellulite as well, with skin tone and texture. So you might want to know about research for those inquiring minds out there. Lipomel, it's based on 40 years of research. This started with NASA. Yeah, so you've heard of NASA. They've done some experimentation culminating with the aesthetic and orthopedic industries also. And so following the recent discovery that this kind of light has an effect on fat cells, this new technology is just starting to explode that body sculpting industry. So let's take a look at what happens to the fat cells. So imagine you're laying on the table. 0 minutes. This is 0 minutes, and the fat cells look nice and plump. 15 minutes into it, the emulsified fat is outside of the fat cells now. So you're starting to see, remember the glob of coconut oil analogy? Now it's starting to thin out and be able to move through the permeable fat cell wall. 20 minutes, which is how long your session would be. Look at that bottom picture. Now we have an empty and collapsed fat cell. Isn't that phenomenal? So that's actually what it looks like 20 minutes after you have experienced the Red 360. By the way, this continues to do some work for about 48 hours. Right. So things will be moving through your system as we help you to eliminate some of that waste. And then you'll start to see even more of a difference after that. So here's what you can do to help the process. Because remember, these results rely heavily on you doing your part. And we're making it as easy as we can. So here's your part. Drinking the necessary water while you're on the program. Water is really important to help flush these toxins out. Big, heavy meals before or after a session, not a good idea. At least 1 hour before and after, you should not eat. So understand If you're going to come in for your session, that requirement needs to be intact. And if you don't get the results after that session, you need to look at this list and go, what didn't I do that was on the list, right? Limit your caffeine on the day that you're coming in for your R360 session. We want to make sure you have proper hydration. Caffeine is a diuretic. So herbal teas, things like that are fine, but coffees, not so much. Sodas, not so much. So what we want to do is keep the caffeine down so you don't have to drink even more water for that hydration piece. 10 minutes of exercise is recommended after the session. Guess what? We got that covered for you. You're going to do that while you're here. Avoiding alcohol during the program. Again, the results are up to you. I highly recommend you're not drinking alcohol before and after sessions. Absolutely. No, that's not going to help you. If you periodically have a little bit of alcohol, okay, but no, you could be impacting the speed in which you get results. And then reducing your overall caloric intake and limiting those starchy carbohydrates and simple sugars, that's where our transformations 360 or T360 nutrition and meal planning come into play to help you make that part super easy. So, great question. How many sessions are you going to need? Well, for people under wanting 5 pounds of weight loss or so, about 6. 5 to 20 might take about 10 sessions. 20 pounds or more, about 20 sessions. So here's what you need to know. Sessions are going to be done 2 to 3 times a week. We're going to take a break in between. If you can't commit to that, this might not be the program for you. We're pretty strict about this, so you need to know that. We want you to reach your goal, and we want you to reach it so that you feel good about you. Each session is going to be 20 to 30 minutes. Sometimes on sessions, we're going to be doing some measurements to show you how great things are going. So it's important that you understand that you're going to want to put in about this much time. At a minimum, it's 20 minutes with the R360, and it's 10 minutes of exercise at a minimum. So again, some people refer to it as the MTFA program, Melt That Fat Away program. So let's look at the differences. So this program is affordable, non-invasive. There's no pain, there's no bruising, there's no downtime, no risk involved. That is phenomenal. On the other side, if you want to freeze your fat or the liposuction option, it's rather expensive, it's invasive. I've heard it can be very painful and a lot of bruising, even heard that people might end up in the emergency room from it. Long recovery time, several other risks are involved. So let's show you a few people's results. So reducing wrinkles and fine lines, we have a very neat mask option that works on the face and that whole collagen piece. Reducing the fat and sagging the skin underneath the chin, so phenomenal. So non-surgical facelift, right? Here's a lady's results after 10 sessions. Here's a gentleman after 12 sessions. He had quite a significant change here. I'm so proud of this guy. Some of that fat that's under the arms that people don't like. 12 sessions here. And here's quite a few different folks who have shared their results. And take a look at, upper left here, 12 visits. Most of them are about 12, anywhere from 10 to 14 visits here. So very exciting results that these people are getting. And here's some gentlemen. So this is not just for ladies. Keep that in mind. Gentlemen as well sometimes have those little love handles on the side. That's what this is about. So again, the whole treatment is non-invasive. It's very relaxing. If you follow our guided protocols, we're going to see that you can expect unwanted inches from problem areas, and without the need to have a costly surgery or anything like that. Because you know what? Regardless, surgeries generally lead to adhesions, and adhesions are like scars on the inside of the body. And what happens is they start to block things, block flow of things. They start to make even sometimes body parts stick together. So not always the best opportunity to get the results you're looking for. So I'm going to leave our contact information up here. This is how you can reach out to us to schedule your session to try this out, where we will show you in minutes how you will have inch loss. And so you can reach out to us at accesscompletewellness.com. You can also email us at info@accesscompletewellness.com, or you can call us directly at 972-712-0892. I just want to thank you so much for being a part of our presentation, and ask you to reach out to us today so that we can help you see the results you've been waiting for. Thank you.